Welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth, and this is Beth's Bookish Reviews, and I am here today to bring you my July TBR. As you know, July is for Jane Austen July, hosted by several people, but we'll start with the lovely Katie Lumsden over at Books and Things. Her co-hosts are, Blatantly Bookish and Spinster's Library. Those are her co-hosts this year. So, that is the only readathon I am going to assign myself this year. My buddy read with Chris this coming month for July is Once Upon a Summer by Jeanette Oke. This is a series, so yep. It says, sure, it's unusual to have an 18-year-old mother when you're 12. But when you're an orphan and she's your aunt and the only mother you've ever had, well, as I explained, it worked out real well. That's why I got so riled up when I heard Grandpa and Uncle Charlie talking about finding a fella for Auntie Lou. You see, something had to be done. I couldn't just sit back and watch our special family get broken up. But with Grandpa and Uncle Charlie working so hard to get Auntie Lou married off, I really had my job cut out for me. Then when that poor preacher came along, it really got complicated. But anyway, it's all here in the story. It'll make you laugh sometimes, but I don't mind. And sometimes you might even cry a little. But I think you'll understand why I did what I did. Chances are, you know too what it means to be scared and lonely and worried about changes. And then I have 3 books for Books Love Jenna's book club. And she hasn't yet put out her video where she talks about them, so I'm not going to say anything about them. She always does a very good job discussing them. But the first one is Mary Stewart's Thornyhold. Then Anya Seton's Dragonwick. And then Mimi Matthews' The Belle of Belgrave Square. Alright, now for the Jane Austen July books. Jane Austen, yeah, okay. I just making sure I said that right. It says, read one of Jane Austen's main 6 novels. Okay, so the buddy read is Mansfield Park by Jane Austen, and this is the group read, and I think they are doing 2 chapters a day. So I'm reading that one. And then it says, read something by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels. So I'm going to read The Letters of Jane Austen by Jane Austen. And fiction work about Jane Austen or her time. I'm going to attempt again Lucy Worsley's Jane Austen at Home, and read a retelling of a Jane Austen book or a work of historical fiction set in Jane Austen's time. The Other Bennet Sister by Janice Hadlow. I'm going to read this because I've been watching the show. And I am really loving the show. Watch a direct screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book. I am probably going to match my movie with my book. So I will probably watch Mansfield Park again. Watch something. Oh, I skipped one. I wonder why I was already on direct screen adaptation. It says number 5 is read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen, which would be published somewhere between 1775 and 1817. Let's see. I'm not sure when, but I do know that she's a contemporary. I'm going to read The Italian by Anne Radcliffe. I will tell you what this one is about. It is very gothic, and I have really been in the gothic mood. A dark malignity overspread the features of the monk, and at that moment Vivaldi thought he beheld a man whose passions might impel him to the perpetration of almost any crime, how hideous soever. He recoiled from him as if he had suddenly seen a serpent in his path. Father Sidoni is enlisted by the imperious Marchese di Vivaldi to prevent her son from marrying the beautiful Elena. Sidoni has no scruples in kidnapping Elena and undertaking whatever villainy will further his own ends. His menacing presence dominates a gripping tale of love and betrayal, abduction and assassination, and incarceration in the dreadful dungeons of the Inquisition. Anne Radcliffe defined the terror genre of writing and helped to establish the Gothic novel, thrilling readers with her mysterious plots and eerie effects. So I've read a couple of her novels, and I've really loved them. So then it says watch the direct screen adaptation of Jane Austen book, and that's when I said I would probably watch Mansfield Park. And then it says watch something with a connection to Jane Austen that is not a direct screen adaptation, and I will probably re-watch The Other Bennett Sister from start to finish, because I am just loving that show so much. I really do like it. So I have lots of books that I want to read, but I'm just going to be drawn to them after, if I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books read, and I have time to read more, I will certainly do that. But for now, we're just going to stick with what I've got and let myself off the hook for the rest of everything else. Because I do know that Krista from Books and Jam, and Amy from, I think her channel name is Amy's Bookish Life, are hosting the what is it? It's the one where you build something and you're reading Book of the Month books. The Catch-Up-a-thon. That's what it is. And I had a whole stack of Book of the Month books. And then the 52 Book Club has this big summer challenge where you play this game. And I had all those planned out. And I got to where I was just trying to read like 500 books. I'm just going to see what I can do. And we're going to leave it at that. So, for now, here is my TBR for July with a book in between there that you cannot see. Let me try that over again. All right. Here is my July TBR. And we'll see if I can get them all read in the month of July. So, what are you reading for July? I'd sure love to know. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.